Hi guys, it's Al, the Spiritual Atheist, back once again. It's been a while since I've done a video. I've had a lot of stuff that I had to attend to. And one of the changes in my life is that I have some pain medication, which makes me pain-free right now. It's been offered before, but I just don't like the effects of pain meds, and so I avoided using them. I tend to be a bit stoic by nature, and I just didn't feel if I could deal with the pain, I didn't feel the necessity. But not being stoic and being masochistic are two different things. And I understand, I know that the pain meds alter my awareness and my consciousness, but so does the pain. And so it's going to be one or the other. And I've kind of settled to being pain-free in the evening and awake and alert and, myself during the day. And that, thinking of that has led me thinking of drugs in general and freedom and liberation, so forth and so on. And I don't really have any problem with people doing this or that drug unless it interferes with someone else. That is, if you're going to do some drug that is addictive, then, you don't really have any right to expect others to pick up after you. It doesn't take a lot of intelligence not to shoot up. It doesn't. But more importantly, sometimes the benign recreational drugs, grass, for instance, in some parts of the country, it is soaked in human blood. And no matter where you live in the country, I'm speaking now as an American, U.S., it's not available. Cocaine, I challenge anyone to show me any that doesn't have blood on it. And that really, there's no way around this, that the money that you spend for these things ends up buying bullets that kill people. And you can't help but be aware of this. I mean, I don't have to mention it. It is so obvious. And the bottom line is that the people who indulge in these drugs actually feel that their enjoyment is worth more than a human life, than someone else's life. This is not the personal freedom that I speak of, that I challenge, or that I am advertising. It's not rationality. It's not standing on your own. It's not being an individual. And it's not even being a responsible member of the society that we live in. So if you're growing your own, smoke up and enjoy. If you know where it comes from, I've got no problem. If you suspect, or or it's coke or heroin or something like this, stop it. You're just pretending. You're not aware. If you're going to be an aware individual, there's no way you can do this. Just stop it. That's all I have on that one. Um, Great announcement to make is 6 months ago a baby was born that had a IQ higher than Isaac Newton or Einstein. Uh, Probably grown into an adult would be one of the lights that would lead us out of the into the future. Sadly, the baby died today. He was one of the 10,000 or so children that starve to death every day. And I can't understand why we allow this to happen. I mean, I can get it to the point that they're Africans, most of them, so that doesn't count. I mean, if that's where you're coming from, but it doesn't, it's not right. It's just an exploitation of the most vulnerable among us for the profit of a few. These countries cannot feed themselves because their land is usually owned by conglomerates that use it to feed others. It's really sort of a legal drug trade. It's just no drugs, but food, oil, Pat Robertson's diamonds, what have you. It's not feeding children. And I think that as a species, that should be a major concern of ours, that we don't allow people to starve to death so that others can profit. And it doesn't speak well of us that we allow that to happen. Now, boy, the painkillers are setting in, and I can feel the effects. You know what would be a really good idea would be to, as a society, as a species, we decide that the generation born on the year 2020 will be the luckiest, healthiest, best educated generation to ever walk on the face of this planet. We could do that. It's a gradual process. We have like 7 years to get ready, or 6 point. And, it's simply starting off with, we see that expectant mothers are taking care of prenatal care, available to everyone, good natal care. And we can do that as Americans. We can do it, well, Britons are ahead of us on this already, where they already have taken care of the medical aspects, but they can start working more on their education system then. And we can really do this. This is possible. We could create a generation that would be the savior of the race, because it's the only chance we have. And the next step, of course, is to see that every one of those children is educated to their ability to learn. It's not a question if they can afford it or not. It's a question is that we can't afford to have them uneducated. It's not their being able to afford it. It's us. We cannot afford to allow people to remain ignorant. We need their brain power. We need their insights. We need their creativity. And so I sort of issue this challenge, let's actually do this. And when Kennedy said we'll put a man on the moon in a decade, and, we were able to, as Americans at least, to do that, to think about it, to take a long-term view. And we have to start thinking in long terms. The Goldilocks zone that we live in, or the planet is in right now, is moving outwards. And, if we don't become a two-planet race, we're really screwed. And it's not simply a matter of even moving to Mars and, terraforming it or whatever, because Mars does have an active geology and therefore no magnetic field to protect from radiation. We've got to learn how to deal with all this. We need really, really intelligent, hardworking people. And from all over. I mean, it is this division of us and them is just too luxurious. We can't afford it. There's just us. That's all. It's just us. And no one's going to come down from the heavens and save us from ourselves. It's something that we have to do ourselves. Gee, that was sort of a rant. Maybe I ought to just leave it there, huh? I really appreciate those of you who watch these things and put up with me. And if you're new, you can, there's a button for subscribing. You can do an upvote, whatever, or not. I'll survive either way. And be kind to yourselves and each other. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.